Alright, let's run through another genuinely approachable Sudoku. This one's called Add It Up by Bill Murphy. The rules are the normal Sudoku rules apply, so we're looking for the numbers 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Like that. And there's also these little things. So what are these all about? Identical areas made up of identically colored cells are clones. Cloned areas must be identical. So I'm assuming that means that this must be the same as this must be the same as this must be the same as this, and so on. And the green ones do the same thing. So purple and green are a different set of numbers, potentially the same set of numbers, but they're clones of each other. Alright, interesting. I'm guessing what that means is that this number can't be it can't be any of these numbers because it's in the same row as these, but it also can't be any of these numbers because it's in the same row. These have to be the same number, so I can eliminate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 from this digit right here. Interesting. Okay, so I think I said everything except for 7 and 8. So let's color these, or let's number them 7 and 8, and see what else is going on here. So it feels like these are probably the most restricted because of all these numbers. But the 1 and 2 do, the 1, 2, and 3 see this. Oh, I guess this number also appears in the same box. So this number is also restricted by all 7 of these numbers. So this is either a 7 or an 8 as well. Weird, interesting. Okay, 7, 8. 7, 8. Okay, and then there's probably something similar happening down here. So these two squares, or it would be these two, sorry. These two are restricted by all 7 of these digits. So what are these 7 digits? So we're missing 2 and 3, it looks like. Oh, no, there's a repeat. Was there a repeat up here? There's a 4 in both. Okay, so there might be 3 numbers that are looking at these, or that these could possibly be. So we have 2, 3, and 5, I think. So these ones could be 2, 3, 5 are the only things that those could be. Okay. Weird. So what else is going on? Anything happening with Sudoku? 1. Huh. Okay, well these two can't be a 1 because of this one, and this can't be a 1, and this can't be a 1. So this has to be a 1, which is kind of crazy, because these can only be 2, 3, 5, and this is the only other place that 1 could go in this box, so 1 has to go there, which also puts it here because these two crosses are identical. Now we've placed a bunch of 1s. I feel like there's got to be something similar happening up here. So is this square restricted somehow? Okay, so 1 and 1, we're looking at this. Okay, 4, 4. So 4, 4. I'm not sure about that. Alright, well 7, so 8s are looking here, 8's looking up. One of these two has to be an 8. Oh, 9, maybe. So 9's looking there, 9's looking here. So one of these two has to be a 9. I think this one still could be. It's not restricted, so like that would make that a 9, but there's no overlapping happening there. 6s, so 6 is looking here, 6 is looking here, so one of these two has to be a 6. Alright, so 4 is looking up here, 4 is looking here. So one of these two has to be a 4, and that makes a 4-6 pair, which is gonna place a 9, because now these two squares have to be 4 and 6, so neither of them can be a 9, and 9 could only be in one of these two, so this has to be a 9 now. Okay, which puts a 9 up here, and it can't go there, so one of these two is a 9. 7 has to go in one of these, because 7s were looking down here, and there's a 7 looking up here. Alright, only 4 digits left in this box, and 3 of them are obviously 2, 3, 5. So 3's got to go in one of these, 2, 3, 5. What's the last number? 2, 3, 5, and 7. 7 is looking here. This is a 7. Because it can't go on either of these. And there's a 7 looking here. So this is a 7 right here. Which is going to put a 7 in one of these two. So now this is a 2, 3, 5 triple. So I guess I'll write that in. 2, 3, 5. Is this limited at all yet? What's going on with this square? There's definitely a lot of things that this can't be, but I'm not sure if that's worth thinking about. What else is going on? 4, 5. Oh, this digit's going to be forced, which is huge. That doesn't make any sense. Uh-oh, did I do something wrong? Uh-oh, because we have two pairs. We have 4, 6, and 7, 8. So this has to be a 5. Oh, what am I talking about? I don't know what I thought. So this is gonna have to be a 5. I was thinking that this middle square was this. I don't know what I was thinking. Never mind. This is a 5 because that's the only number left in the box, and then that's gonna make this be a 5. Anything happening here? So since this is 2, 3, 5, and this is 5, a 5 has to go here. Not super helpful there. So now this is either a 4 or 6 because this one has to be a 4 or 6. I guess I can write that in. 7, 8. There's only 3 numbers left in this box now that these have to be 7 and 8. So it's 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So this can only be a 1, 2, or 3. So and there's a 1 looking here. So this can only be a 2 or a 3, which means this can only be a 2 or a 3. And there's a 3 looking here. So this is a 2. Wow, nice. So there's only 1, 2, and 3 left in this box. So here's my thought process. I'll just shade these in. So these can only be 1, 2, or 3, right? But there's a 1 looking up here, right? And this, so we can just take the 1 out of here. Okay, so this one is actually a force 3 as well, which is also helpful, which was going to force this to be a 2. So there's 2 different ways to force this to be a 2 actually. But so since this had to be a 1 or 2 or 3, there's a 1 and a 2 looking here. This is going to be a 3, which is then going to force this to be a 2 because it can only be a 2 or a 3, which is going to put a 2 here because these two squares are the same. This is going to be a 1. We're making some progress. One of these has to be a 1. This one can't be. This is a 1. All right, 7, 8. So there's only one number left in the row. It's a 4. So now there's a 3 looking down here. So this is a 2, 5 pair, making this a 2, 5 pair, making this a 3. Wow, cool. Because these are the same. So these can only be 2 and 5. This is going to be 3. Awesome. All right, there's only few numbers left in this column. 7 and 8 are some of them. This is a 4, 6 pair, so 4 and 6 are taken out. So these two numbers can only be 7, 8, or 3. And it looks like all 3 of those are possible. This can't be an 8. Maybe it's worth thinking about this digit because it can go here as well. So what can this be at this point? Can't be a 1, 2. So it could be a 3. All right, I'm just going to write down the options for this because I feel like this is pretty limited. 3, it can't be a 4. So it couldn't be a 1 or a 2. It can't be a 4. Can it be a 5? I guess it can't be a 5 because one of these is going to be a 5. Can it be a 6? Can't be a 6. Can't be a 7. Can't be an 8. Can't be a 9. It's a 3. That's forced. I went through every single possible number. I had a feeling about that square. It just looked like it was being forced. This one is also a 3 because they're in the same spot. Cool. 3 numbers left in the box now. What are they? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spoken for. 7's here. So we got 6, 8, 9 for these. There's a 6 here, 9 here, and this number is going to be restricted. 6, 8, 9. Yeah, it's going to be a 6 because there's an 8 looking at this, and there's a 9 looking at this. So I just said, so these 3 numbers can only be 6, 8, and 9. 6, 8, and 9. So this number right here can only be a 6, 8, or 9, meaning this square can only be a 6, 8, or 9. There's a 9 looking at it and an 8 looking at it, so that makes this a 6, which makes this a 6, which makes this an 8, which makes this a 9. Awesome. Oh, this is going to decide this too. Perfect. So this 6 just decided this 4, 6 pair up here. That's a 4, that's a 6. This is this. They're the same, so this has to be a 4. We put a 3 here, making this a 7, making this an 8, making this a 7, making this a 3, making this an 8, making this a 7. Wow. Big waterfall of things there. This is a 7. That was a big move sequence there. What else we have? So only 3 numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6, 8, and 9 again. So we have 8 and 9. 6, 8, 9. Okay, so these two, one of these two has to be an 8, and then any of them could be a 6. Okay. Ooh, a 2, 5 pair here. So what's this number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 9, which is going to decide this, which is going to decide this, and this is going to be a 6 because that's the only number left in the box. Awesome. Okay, 3 numbers left in this row. 2, 5, and what? 4. So 4 looks like it's going here. And then this is either a 2 or a 5. There's a 5 here, which is going to decide the rest of the crosses. So this is a 2, this is a 5, this is a 2, this is a 5, this is a 2. Awesome. Okay, 3 numbers left here. What are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a 5, 6, 8. 8, 8, 8. 6 is looking here, which means a 6 goes here. This is a 5. Now we just have the middle section to do, which we don't have a ton of information about, honestly. So what are these numbers? We need a 1 and a 9. I don't think that's going to be decided, unfortunately. 1, 9. Okay, what are these two? We need a 1 and a 9 again. That would be nice. I think we need a 1 and a 9. Okay, and that's going to decide all this, I think. Or at least the last thing that I did. Okay, so 9 goes here. 1 goes here. 1 goes here. 9 goes here. Perfect. Only 2 numbers left in these columns. What are they? We have 1 again. Is it really 1? So 1 goes here. And then we need a 4. 4 goes there. What are these? 1, 2, 3. We need a 3 and a 6. 6 is looking here. This is a 6. This is a 3. This is a 5. 7s and 8s still aren't decided, but we have 3 numbers left in every column. That still needs numbers. What are these 3? So 1, 2. We need a 2, a 4, and a 5. 2 and 4 are both looking at this one, so this is a 5. 4 is looking here. This is a 4. This is a 2. What are these 3? We obviously have 8, and we have 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. 3, 6, and 7. I see a 7 here, so one of these has to be 7, which means this one has to be a 6. Okay, I was wrong. There was a 6 in the column, but still, whatever the last number in the column is has to go in that square. So it's 1, 2, it's a 3, looks like. Okay, so and these are 7. This is a 7, 8 pair here, unfortunately. Okay, so what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to do 5, a 6, and a 7. 5, 6, 7. We got 6, 6. This is going to be a 6. And then we have 5s looking up here. So this is a 5. This is a 7. This is a 7. This is an 8. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 3. I think a 3 here. 1. We need a 2 here. And an 8. And that's the puzzle. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.